Hey wild ones, I'm Lucy and this is Pussy Powered. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways you can get the foreplay going long before sex. It is said that it takes a woman about 20 minutes of foreplay to become fully aroused. You probably already knew that, but did you know women are aroused by a much wider variety of stimuli? For example, in one Northwestern University study, straight men were only aroused by man-on-woman pornography, whereas women were aroused by both male and female erotica. The women were also aroused by watching bonobo monkeys having sex. Since arousal happens in the brain and shows up in the body, foreplay can begin long before you get naked, or long before you're even physically together. In fact, if you keep those sexual embers lit and glowing throughout the day, building anticipation and excitement, you may find you become fully aroused before sex much more quickly. So here are 3 ideas on how to do just that. 1. Sexting. As much as we rely on our phones to communicate with the outside world, it's never been easier or more convenient to sext. I mean, think about trying to do this in the 90s when we had like the big ass, cell phones, or even in the earlier 2000s when we had our little flip razors. Do you remember those? The razors? Sexting on that technology would be a lot more challenging. 6, 9. The great thing is now we can not only take photos from our phone that are decently high quality and send them off to our lovers. Now, not everyone is totally on board with sending nudes via text message, and I totally respect that. What you can do instead is up your GIF game. You can send some naughty GIFs. Tumblr is a great resource for that. You can also send some PG GIFs straight from your phone, especially ones that have hidden meanings or things that are just between the two of you that only you and your lover would understand. And of course, you can always write out some naughty things. That's always fun. Also, when it comes to sexting, don't be afraid to step into that fantasy zone. You know what I'm talking about. Sending your lover little blurbs about that thing that really turns him or her on, or that thing that really turns you on. You can throw in some taboo stuff, some kinky shit. One of the best things about doing this through text message is there's this element of mystery and surprise and not knowing when that next message is going to arrive or what that message is going to contain. Remember to have fun, stay curious, and remain open to whatever you may feel inspired to send. Number 2, naughty voice messages. Ooh, naughty voice messages. Yeah, that feels better. Leave your lover descriptive voice messages telling him or her what you would love for him or her to do to you, or vice versa. Maybe in your voice message describe what you are doing to yourself, or let your lover in on your sexy moans and sounds as you are, I don't know, self-pleasuring. This can be really fun. Just use your imagination. Oh, and really get into the mode too. Like, let the tone and the energy behind what you're saying really communicate your desire. Your lover will know if you are for real or not, if you're like exaggerating or faking it. So make it real. Really put yourself in that state. And ultimately, you're gonna turn yourself on that way. Again, arousal happens up here. A lot of times what happens with us, with my husband and I, is as we are texting each other the sexiest fucking things that we can come up with in the moment, we end up turning ourselves on so fucking much. It's like we don't need the other person to respond a single thing to be fully aroused by our own damn selves. And then when they do respond, it just adds more fuel to the fire. So you can see how this can quickly gain momentum. Number 3, erotic notes. It's time to write your own erotica. And maybe you've never read erotica. If you haven't, I highly encourage you to check a little bit out for yourself. Woo, that shit will make you, woo. So yeah, actually, if you've never read erotica, then start there, get some little excerpts and some inspiration. Find an idea or a scenario or a context, a fantasy, whatever, that really turns you and or your lover on, and then just let yourself run with it. You can write these out in really short blurbs and put them on post-it notes, or write them down on a piece of paper and fold it up, tuck it away somewhere where only your lover will find it. Trust me, we have learned this the hard way. Or make it more official feeling and write a whole letter, put it in an envelope, seal it with a real seal. I don't know, do people still have those? Like you're in fucking Game of Thrones. Or you may want to type out your erotic love note and send it through email. Or if you're more tech savvy, you could even create a whole private site just for your lover. There are so many ways to keep the sexual energy flowing between you and your lover. A lot of times we think, well, out of sight, out of mind, right? It is so much easier to just not think about a sexual connection with your lover if they're not with you. It can even feel like mental space that's being taken up because you have other things to do. But I'm telling you, if you invest just a little bit in these little pockets of time throughout the day, it will make such a difference in the sexual connection, chemistry, intimacy between you and your lover long before you have the opportunity to get naked and actually have sex. And hey, just to be clear, this does not replace the usual foreplay fun. If you love to 69, you love to just make out and touch each other all over and rough each other's hair a little bit and do some spanking. This doesn't mean you don't also do that. It simply adds to whatever it is that you're going to be doing with your lover when you're actually together. Fueling that sexual desire, fueling that anticipation so that when you are together, you can really put that to great use. All right, wild ones, that is it for today. I would love to hear from you. Which of these have you tried and how do you love to keep the foreplay going and those sexual embers lit all day? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe for more videos on sexual empowerment and healing for women. In the meantime, here's to your unleashing for a pussy-powered life.